So a little while back, I saw this post from Pumpketo on Twitter. Do you think Bloom Lordmon should be a Royal Knight? Keep in mind in Arthurian folklore there are 25 seats, so there's still room for 12 more Digimon. And well, I am Welsh and I would love to reclaim our Arthurian myth. And yeah, looking into it, I mean, the source currently is Wikipedia, but other places back it up. There are different numbers of knights in the round table depending on the story, from 12, which used to match the amount of Royal Knights, up to more than 150, with a list of knights mentioned to be at the table. So I mean, yeah, even the 12 number has been made an exception thanks to Jessmon being the 13th. So I really do think there's precedent in both Digimon media and the existing real-world Arthurian legend for more members to join the Royal Knights. But which Digimon, based on who they are and their Digimon reference book listings and more, truly deserve a seat at that round table? What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. Yes, we are running up to Time Stranger. We know Omnimon's in Time Stranger, probably all the Royal Knights. We're not talking about field guide leaks here. So why not try and add some more members to the Royal Knights? Before we do, we all like playing games and procrastinating on our phones. Wouldn't it be sick to earn while playing them? Well, that's where today's sponsor, Giraffe, steps in. Giraffe is a completely free gaming loyalty rewards app that lets you earn real money just for playing popular mobile games. There's no catch to it, just rewards for doing what you're probably already doing on your phone. Here's how it works. Download and install the Giraffe app for free, and you don't need a credit card on file at any stage. Then grant the app permission to track your game progress. Giraffe will never collect or share your personal data. Then just pick a game and start earning. Choose from top free games, some offering higher rewards than others, then play, level up, and earn gems automatically while you play. Then once you've got some gems earned, you can cash out via PayPal, Amazon gift cards, top brand coupons, and more. And only an email address is required to send your rewards to, so there's absolutely no hidden steps. Gamers love Giraffe because it's totally free with no ads or fees and, as I said, no credit card required. And it has trusted payouts with over 10 million US dollars rewarded yearly, extra gem opportunities for playing during bonus daily and weekend promo events, and an opportunity to discover new trending titles while getting paid. I played Lords Mobile for an afternoon just kind of bored sitting on the couch and was able to earn £1.25 just for playing a video game. So if that sounds as good to you as it did to me, and you want to start getting paid to play games, join millions of other players earning daily with Giraffe today. And when you download the app with my QR code on screen right now or in the description down below, not only are you supporting my channel, but you'll also get up to 3,999 gems to kickstart your journey. So thank you to Giraffe for sponsoring this video. Alright, so the first Digimon that in my opinion deserves to join the Royal Knights is the founder of the Royal Knights. Yes, Imperialdramon Paladin mode. In the lore of the Royal Knights, it is said that Imperialdramon Paladin mode founded the group. He's basically the Arthur, and yet is not considered a Royal Knight. Never gets the Royal Knight trait in the card game or anything like that. So that would be the first and most obvious Digimon I would add to the Royal Knights. And yeah, sure, the Royal Knights is really hurting for more Vmon evolutions, but seriously, it's a Paladin and an Ancient Holy Knight type, which is significant because every single member of the Royal Knights are Holy Knight type. So Imperialdramon Paladin mode is an ancient version of the exact same type the Royal Knights share. It makes so much sense he would finally be added as a member. But if the sheer amount of Vmon evolutions in the Royal Knights turns you off, I would maybe advocate for Victory Greymon instead to add a little more Agumon flair than just Omnimon to the group. Next up, yes, is Bloom Lordmon, which was the inspiration of this video, thanks again to Pumpketo, which is said to be a pixie Digimon clad in vegetal armor. Bloom Lordmon is a kind-hearted knight that fights to protect nature. The flowers on its shoulder allow it to absorb energy from sunlight, which it stores for use in battle. When its energy stores are full, Bloom Lordmon's powers are said to rival those of the Royal Knights. Like, it literally mentions the Royal Knights in his reference book listing. Bandai Creative want him on the team so bad, or at least want him to be in some kind of rival Royal Knights. I mean, it's not like the Royal Knights aren't often an antagonistic group in Digimon. Maybe if he doesn't join the Royal Knights, Bloom Lordmon could make his own set of Knights of the Round Table with blackjack and hookers. It just seems like he's so intrinsically connected to the concept of the Royal Knights, and even his lance sword weapon and his cannon resemble Omnimon. It's a shoo-in in my opinion. Next up is a brand new Digimon, Rubiustramon, the currently only Gemmon level 6 or Mega Mega from Digimon Elysian. Its design obviously very intentionally evokes Gallantmon and Medieval Gallantmon, but more feminine. It almost feels like it was designed to join the Royal Knights when you look at it. It could also be potentially interesting to have a Digimon Elysian format version of the real-world Royal Knight decks we've seen in the Digimon TCG, but because Elysian has currently exclusive cards, a Rubiustramon card adding something that previous iterations of the deck didn't have via the Royal Knight trait, keyword, whatever. A new version of the Royal Knight deck, which I know some people aren't going to want to see, but with Rubiustramon doing something different to the flow could be very interesting. Plus, I think it'd be really good for Elysian to say, hey, this brand new project gets to add a member to a very well-established popular group in the Digimon mythos. Next up is Hexablaumon, and this one is just favoritism. I mean, I've got Hyokomon and Fanbeamon in Time Stranger. Really, the Bluekomon line is the only set of Digimon that I've always banged on about that needs better treatment right now, and it's already got pretty great treatment. Plus, it is a Magic Knight type Digimon, very similar to the Holy Knight type of the Royal Knights, and would just be perfect in the Royal Knights in my opinion. Adding this icy element and just something a little bit different. Plus, as he spends so much time in Witchelney, I think it'd be cool to have a Royal Knight that kind of scouts out over there, although Dynasmon's kind of doing that now too. But another Magic Knight, which makes sense to me, and also has ties to Witchelney, is Zaphargamon. Again, a new Liberator Digimon. It'd be cool, just like Rubiustramon, to have Zaphargamon join the Royal Knights and have that be a setup for Liberator. Heck, we haven't seen Terromon's level 7 yet. It would be cool if that maybe was a member of the Royal Knights and that was how they ended Liberator. Zaphargamon is part of the Vortex Warriors, which is a group led by Medieval Gallantmon with, again, ties to Witchelney. And originally, Medieval Gallantmon was the only member of the Vortex Warriors we knew about. So we've had Zaphargamon be added to the Vortex Warriors. It would also be fun to add it to the Royal Knights, because it would then act as a fun bridge between the Royal Knights and the Vortex Warriors with a Gallantmon on either side. Regular Gallantmon in the Royal Knights, Medieval Gallantmon in the Vortex Warriors. And you know what? While I'm keeping favoritism going, yeah, Fanbeamon's getting good treatment, but put Tiger Vespamon in the Royal Knights. He defends the royal base, and alongside the newly revealed Vespamon from Digimon Liberator, its pre-evolution, is likely based on the concept of the soldier bee or the warrior wasp that aggressively defend their hives. Plus, the new alternate mega for the Fanbeamon branching family in the royal base is Queen Beemon. Tiger Vespamon and Vespamon literally protect the queen, protecting monarchy, riding out, being warriors. This is so intrinsically knight-like behavior. Put him on the Royal Knights. Then is Ragnar Lordmon. It is a very knight-like merging of Legend Arms Digimon, of course the Zubamon side and the Ludomon side, making it feel like a new generation Omnimon in many ways. It's literally described as a DNA Digivolution of the ultimate sword and the ultimate shield. Surely that's exactly what a knight would need. Plus, we already have Omnimon and Examon kind of acting as ultimate unifications of well-established popular Digimon. I think adding Ragnar Lordmon onto that, giving some representation to the Zubamon and Ludomon evolution lines, is a no-brainer. Next up, my third to last pick is Kazuchimon. While obviously more inspired by Japanese traditional warriors and samurai, I don't think that in any way would be a disqualifying criteria for Kazuchimon. We already have members of the Royal Knights that don't conform to the standard European medieval knight vibe, like Kentorusmon, that's Japanese name is Sleepmon, coming from Sleipnir of Norse myth, and then Gankumon, who is already inherently Japanese, from his name Ganku being Okinawan for a stubborn person, and wearing its Tetsu Geta that its ex-antibody form uses as weapons, an intrinsically Japanese Digimon. So Kazuchimon joining and maybe helping Gankumon on the southwestern edges that are described in Gankumon's Digimon reference book listing could be perfect. Plus, it would be some justice for our boy Pulsemon after the death of the Vital Bracelet and honestly not getting some great treatment since then. I'm still praying for Pulsemon DLC for Digimon Time Stranger though. And my penultimate pick, and probably the most controversial on this entire list, is Gaiamon. No, not the potential world-ending threat from Digimon World 3, the Appmon. We have Magnamon, an armor Digimon that isn't even a mega in the group, so why not another unique evolution type? It would be nice to add an in Appmon to the group to represent the brand unity we now have, with Appmon showing up in Digimon Liberator, with of course the global convergence event for the Digimon TCG adding Appmon, Appmon being part of the Three Musketeers archetype in the TCG, and so much more. Putting Gaiamon in the Royal Knights would not make him a full Digimon any more than the Vortex Warriors and Hexablaumon chilling in Witchelny makes them magical witches from the original Bandai Magical Witches V-Pets, which is the origin of Witchelny. But it does put a prominent Appmon at the round table, giving Appmon some more credence and representation without necessarily saying, okay, these guys are the exact same as Digimon now. It would appease Appmon fans without annoying Digimon fans who for some reason still want to keep the two separate. And Gaiamon's whole outfit has a very Crusader Knight feel to me. Also, my bestest buddy Tom loves him, so I had to include him. But then my final pick. And yeah, I talked about Magnamon being the only armor in the group a minute ago. Well, you know who else is an armor Digimon that appeared at the same time as Magnamon in the Digimon movie and Hurricane Touchdown in Japan? Another golden armor Digivolution, Rapidmon Armor. Now that already to me is a qualifying statement, right? If Magnamon's in, why can't Rapidmon Armor be? Terriermon is one of the most popular Digimon of all time. Hell, you can make the argument for Mega Gargomon being in the Royal Knights, but Rapidmon Armor having all of these qualifiers that the same as Magnamon put him in. But yeah, you want to know something else that's fun? Remember at the start of the video when I talked about Imperialdramon Paladin mode being a ancient Holy Knight type and all the rest of the Royal Knights being Holy Knight types? Do you know who the one current Digimon besides like X-Antibody versions of the existing Royal Knights to have the Holy Knight type is? Rapidmon Armor. Besides him, literally every single Royal Knight, as well as, like I say, X-Antibodies, etc. of them too. But Rapidmon Armor is the only Holy Knight type Digimon that isn't in some way a Royal Knight. As in, like I say, a Royal Knight or a variant X-Antibody of an existing Royal Knight. And like I say, in the 02 portion of that movie, it is created at the same time as Magnamon. They are both used to defeat Cherubimon Vice. Basically on par, equally as strong, and under the same circumstances as Magnamon. There is, in my opinion, no Digimon more overdue joining the ranks of the Royal Knights than the Holy Knight type Rapidmon Armor. So that's my 10 Digimon I believe should join the Royal Knights. Imperialdramon Paladin mode, or Victory Greymon, Bloom Lordmon, Rubiustramon, Hexablaumon, Zaphagamon, Tiger Vespermon, Ragnar Lordmon, Kazuchimon, Gaiamon, and Rapidmon Armor. Of course, this is just my list and some ideas I've had looking at some Digimon. There might be a really obvious pick that I have missed, so let me know your favorites in the comments down below. Of course, this is just subjective, a bit of fun. I did consider putting Nightmon in here, but maybe a little bit underpowered. I feel like he could serve the Royal Knights more than being in the Royal Knights. Anyway, thank you to my sovereigns, ZDK14, Chaotic Prophet, and Jeremy Babineau, who has joined the sovereigns. We've now got 3 sovereigns, 1 more, and we've got as many as real Digimon sovereigns. Maybe I need to introduce a Fang Longmon tier for a really crazy supporter. Jeremy was incredibly supportive on my Digimon Story Time Stranger demo, stream, and now has become a sovereign over on Patreon, so thank you, Jeremy. Thank you again to Chaotic Prophet and ZDK14, and everyone else who supports me over on patreon.com/Karn EX. And I also want to give a huge shout out to my channel members here on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has joined the channel memberships recently, as well as a lot of people who were gifted subs on one of my most recent streams too. I hope you're all enjoying your early access, and I am working on making a bunch of cool content for you guys too. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.